Hey YouTube, this is Ultimate How To. Today we're going to go over some reloading stuff. If you're thinking about reloading and the cost and benefits and all the equipment you need, that's what I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over everything that you need for reloading and some of the costs that are associated with it. This is my setup. I'm here down in the basement, so it's a little bit dark, but it gives me the space that I need for reloading and for all the equipment that's necessary. It's my own little personal man cave where I can just be by myself and put this stuff together. The primary thing that you're going to need is some reloading equipment, putting these bullets together. You can do that with a press, you can do that with different turrets or single stage equipment. What I'm using here is a lead load master, and this is currently set up for 9mm, but I also do a 40mm or 40 caliber too. This powder measure is not the one that came with it. It came with an auto disc, but I purchased this one separately because I believe that it's a little bit more accurate and it holds more powder. So that's everything you need there. You definitely want to make sure that it's attached very sturdily and that nothing's going to make that move, especially when you're pulling this lever up and down. So number one thing you need is the equipment to put the bullets together. The second thing that you need is a pair of calipers. You can use digital, you can use the dials, it doesn't matter. You can pick these up pretty cheap. It's like 20 bucks. You can get them all over the place online. I got these at Harbor Freight. I had a coupon. It ended up being like 15 bucks. Another very important piece that you cannot do without is a scale, and you definitely want to make sure that you get one that's good for reloading bullets. You don't want to get something that's not accurate enough. This weighs in grains, and that's what you want to do. You need something that measures in grains, and you're definitely going to need this thing to put the powder in and then pour it out of. Next we have a reloading manual. Definitely you need this. You can't really do it without it. You can get some information from the internet, but this is going to be a little bit more accurate, and it also tells you all the ins and outs of reloading and the histories and everything else that you need. Definitely read this, and then you can get all the data that you want through the manual. So as far as the cost goes, this cost me about 220 bucks. I ordered it online. Again, that was about 20 bucks. This, I believe, was around $30. And then this cost me $25, but I even saw it as cheap as 20 bucks online. I got that from Amazon. So some other things that you're going to need is a case tumbler. This is what you're going to use to clean your brass. Basically, you can't really clean your brass efficiently or effectively without a case tumbler. That's an ultrasound cleaner. You can clean your brass with that, but it's not as effective as the case tumbler. This has some walnut media inside of it. This whole thing cost me about 40 bucks. This was also probably around another 40 bucks, and I got that from Harbor Freight. This was purchased online. Some other stuff that you need. You don't necessarily need one of these. It's a little box for the completed ammo. You can just put it in there afterwards. If you're doing single stage reloading, this is going to help because then you can kind of mark which stage you're at with a box like this. These go about anywhere from $4 to $10 per box. Next, you're going to need some bullets. Say about 500 bullets in 40 caliber. You're looking at about 70 bucks, depending on what you get. If you're getting hollow points, full metal jackets, lead is definitely cheaper, but you know the full metal jackets are a little bit better, especially if you're shooting indoor. These are 9mm, about 500. They sent me back 43 bucks. Next, you're going to need your cases. You can buy them online, but I just pick them up at the range and I clean them in the tumbler. If you're just going to buy them online, you don't need some of this other stuff as far as the tumbler or the ultrasound cleaner, but at the same time, it's not going to be as cost effective to reload. Next, we have this funnel. This is not an ordinary funnel. This is actually a reloading funnel, and this is set for specific calibers. So that way you can just put it right over the case, and then you can fill it up with powder without powder getting all over the place. Next, we have a bullet puller. This is good because you will mess up a few rounds, or the primers will get in backwards or upside down, and it's good to pull a few bullets out That way you can save it. You can save the powder, you can save the projectile, you may even be able to save the case and just start it over. Next we have primers and powder. Can't make bullets without that. So this is Federal. I got 1,000 small pistol primers. If you're doing pistol, this is mostly what you're going to use, small pistol primer. And for 1,000, that sent me back 40 bucks. This is a pound of Winchester 231. That's about $25, and then there's tax and all that stuff too. So you definitely want to consider all these costs when you calculate the cost of making bullets as opposed to buying them. Next we have some case lube. I have this one shot. It's a spray-on lube. What I do, and I'll show this in a different video, is I put a bunch of brass casing into a bag. I'll spray this into the bag like a Ziploc bag, and then I'll squeeze it around and I'll make sure that there's lube all over the casings. That makes it a lot easier and a lot more effective to lube up the cases. When I first started lubing, when I first started reloading, I didn't use lube, and my accuracy in the overall length of the cases was affected. And that's really important because you want to make sure that it's all even and it's all consistent with your case length. If it's not, that's going to mess with the pressures. You can get some squib loads, and it gets dangerous at that point. Some other stuff, I got a pair of tweezers here, in case you need to pull stuff out of the unit here. If you get a primer that's upside down, it's easy enough to just get it with the tweezers, or if you need to move a case around that's stuck in there, you can use the tweezers for that. That's pretty much the majority of it. I also have here a Lyman media separator, and once you put the cases into the case tumbler, this walnut media, it's red, so you get red dust all over your fingers, all over the place, and it's a pain to pull out each case individually and hunt for them. So what I do is I put them into the separator, and in about a minute they're all separated from the media, and there's no media within the cases, which helps a lot. It's a time saver, and it makes things less messy. So stick around, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put up some more videos on exactly how to reload, the different processes that that you go through, the different steps, and just some more intricacies on how to do it. Alright, and as always, have fun with it.